So this is Meadowsweet and it is in full flower at the moment, looking absolutely fabulous. One of my all-time favourite herbs. It is native to the UK and, as far as I'm aware, quite a lot of the northern regions of the world. And it likes it wet, as you can see. We're on the side of the canal here. So first, key identifying feature is quite easy at this time of year, in the fact I always think that the flower heads look a bit like candy floss, especially from afar. If you're looking at it and you're like, oh, but not everybody thinks that. You'll notice, unlike other white flowers that are out, the Apiaceae, so your and also the Asteraceae, which are out at the moment, your poisonous ones, the flower heads aren't flat. They don't have this, they're not in a disc, they're sort of stepped, as you can see. So that's a key feature. They're quite fluffy little white flowers. I'm gonna see if you can see there. We also, really key identifying feature is this beautiful bright red stem, and the stem is a little bit ridged. The leaves, if you just take a look at there, they're quite waxy. It's quite a waxy leaf, but the red stem is a real giveaway. However, as the plant gets older, it will lose some of the red tinge. I don't know if I've got one here, because these are all quite red. But sometimes you'll look at it and you'll go, oh, here we go, this one's sort of losing its reddy colour. It's sort of, if you can see there, it's green with a hint of red. So sometimes they will not be as red as you think, and sometimes you look at it and you think, oh, I'm not really sure, but it is. And the red stem comes up pretty much immediately, and you can see on these young leaves the red stem there. So yeah, red stem, waxy leaves, this leaf shape, I think it's called pinnate, and these candy floss flowers, very technical, with that are sloped, I would say. Then you've got meadowsweet. So meadowsweet is one of the herbs that they used when they were creating aspirin. Now, a lot of people think that it just comes from willow, and it's true that when they were discovering the constituents that then formed aspirin, willow was one of the plants they used, and meadowsweet was also another one. So it was actually, and there were several others that they used to extract basically the basis of aspirin, and then it was then formed into a drug. So but it is not it's not like aspirin. It's very different when it's in the plant. Meadowsweet is very safe. It does not have any interactions with any medications. I would say avoid in pregnancy, but there is some debate over that. But I'm always extremely safe in pregnancy, in that I don't tend to recommend very many herbs. So it's very safe. It doesn't have interactions with anything, and it has a multitude. I mean, really, a book's worth of uses. So I'm only going to talk about a few because this is a short video. Now, meadowsweet is a fantastic anti-inflammatory. Now, it does this both externally and internally. So if you wanted to, you could make an infused oil with the leaves. I've done it with the leaves just because when I was making the ointment, I needed to make it quickly and it hadn't flowered yet. And actually it was really effective. Infuse it, and you can infuse it with other anti-inflammatory herbs if you want, and then made it into a pain relieving ointment, and it was very effective. You internally, as a tea, if you drink meadowsweet tea, it actually balances the acid in your stomach. Notice I say balances. So if you've got high stomach acid, it reduces it, and if you've got low stomach acid, it actually brings it up. So it has a regulatory effect on the processes within your stomach, which makes it a fantastic remedy for that. And you can get those benefits just from drinking it as a tea. In fact, it's better to drink it as a tea for those benefits. So anybody with acid reflux, indigestion, all those kinds of things, it's great for that. So yeah, really, really great for digestive problems. Also, lower down in the digestive system, it's a fantastic remedy for IBS. It really stops that rumble in the lower tummy, all those rumbling, and it's not a laxative, and it's not for constipation. It doesn't tend to be used in that way. It is a regulatory for the digestive system, all over, not just the top part, which is the stomach, but also all parts of it. It has a regulatory effect, so it's really great for that. Also, because of its anti-inflammatory effect, people do take it generally every day for aches and pains and those arthritic conditions and those types of things, and you can have that either as a tincture. I would probably recommend a tincture for that, but you could have it as a tea as well. So it's a really, really lovely plant. I mean, that's me just talking about a few uses, because it's got hundreds and hundreds of uses, but yeah, it's a really, really lovely plant. It does not taste horrible. It's quite sweet and honey-like as a tea. It's very sweet, and it has sort of like an almondy smell. So yeah, it's a really pretty one. Get out there and have a look at that. Obviously, forage appropriately and safely. Do look at my other resources for information on that. But yes, it's not endangered, but do make sure that you're not taking from an area where there's not very many of the plants. Be conscious of that with your foraging. And make sure that you're 100% with your ID before you take it. Okay, do leave a comment if you've used Meadowsweet or you want to say some of its uses. Don't forget to subscribe.